For Zomato, a couple of things. Revenue growth at 70% is higher than what the street was expecting, anywhere between 55 to 60%. But that is led by, no surprises, Blinkit. In the quick commerce business, the revenue has actually grown by about 154%. But remember, this is something that the street was anticipating already because of the upfront investments that they had done. So revenue growth wasn't a concern for Blinkit. The question was, what happens to the operational performance? And out here, Blinkit EBITDA loss has come in at 42 crores. This versus a gain of 43 crores the same time last year. So there's a near 80 crores swing which has taken place. But despite that, the stock is holding in the green because this loss has narrowed from 82 crores in the fourth quarter to a loss of 43 crores in the first quarter of this year. So that's a positive. The second part is that, the food delivery business, which had been seeing a declining growth trend in the last quarter, had grown at around 16%. This quarter, the food business has grown. The delivery revenue has grown 16.4%, which tells you that, it may have perhaps bottomed out at the pace of growth level, which explains why the stock is holding with a gain of about 4%. So now we need to watch out for a couple of things. How the food business margins have done. There has been a slight contraction quarter on quarter on the food delivery margins, but the fact that revenues continue to stay stable at around that 16.5% doesn't have the street very worried about. So all said and done, these are decent numbers coming in from Eternal. Why is that? Because on the one hand, quick commerce, the revenue growth has come in at 154%, which is higher than the street anticipation. The EBITDA has turned into a loss versus last year, but sequentially there has been a reduction in the loss, which is also a step in the right direction. The food delivery business, which was showing signs of slowing growth, has stabilized at around 16.4% in terms of revenue growth, notwithstanding the mild compression in the margins. And the stock has already seen a correction from the top, so as a result of which it's holding with a gain of about 4.3%. More details when the shareholders letter is uploaded to the exchanges.
Okay, all right, Mangalam, thanks very much for that. So that is the first look as far as Eternal, that is Zomato, is concerned. Stocks actually moved up and even sharply 5% now, about 2.5–3% when the numbers came out, almost about 270 odd rupees on Zomato. We'll get you more from that letter as Mangalam was talking about as we go along. But let's move on.